Ready to rock then?
I am ready to rock.
All right, welcome to the OutRun Us podcast. I am your host, Taylor Rockwell, but you can call me Tay-Rock. I'm with my lovely co-host.
Hello. My name is Kitija, but you can call me Kit. What was it? I could never. Just call me Kitija.
Okay, we have so much to talk about in this episode. We need to talk about the fact that you finished the OutRun Us Challenge Ultra this month. I have not, but I did go to Vegas in 24 hours and run the rock and roll half marathon. So where should we begin?
Wait, wow. I'm just thinking back to February. It's been a busy month because not only you did the half marathon, you also paced 50 miles, which you spoke about in last episode. So I also did 5K kind of race. It was park run. And then, okay, let's start with your chaos of a marathon, half marathon. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, I just wasn't prepared. Like, I knew I wanted to go to this race just because it's one of my favorite courses, but I didn't pre-register anything. So I wasn't prepared for it because I wasn't registered. And then all of a sudden I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh, that's next week. I need to buy a ticket. Well, because I procrastinated so much, the ticket on Southwest was like $1,000. But then I looked on Frontier and it was only like 380. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to run Frontier. Well, I was just back and forth between Expedia and Frontier app. And long story short, I booked the wrong ticket. And then I noticed as soon as I booked it, but then I called Frontier and I was like, hey, can you help me? And they were like, no, like basically no. So then I was like, all right, well, I land 2 hours before the race starts. Is that enough time? I'm like, not really, but what other choice do I have? So I woke up and ordered my Uber at 8:15 a.m. on Sunday morning. I had a layover in Denver. I landed in Vegas at 2:30 p.m. and the rock and roll half marathon started at 4:30 p.m. So I went straight from the plane to downtown where the strip was happening. There's so much traffic. All the roads are cut off. We ended up just parking outside of the city and then I walked to the start line. But nonetheless, I had to find my bib because a friend picked it up. So I had to find him. I found him. I put my bib on, then I was ready to rock. So then I got there to the start line with about 30 to 40 minutes to spare, and that was just enough time to like go to the bathroom and stretch, and then I was found myself running to finish it all off. Then I ran the race. I chilled for like an hour, hour and a half. I met my friends. We went to dinner and then they dropped me back off at the airport. I went back to Denver, got back to Austin, and I landed at 8:45. So it was like almost an exact 24 hours of just travel, half marathon travel, but I made it back in 24 hours. It was crazy.
That sounds like a another day in Taylor's life.
I don't know how I keep accidentally. I don't know. I just recently I ordered the wrong phone. I meant to buy the Max, but I bought the regular Pro. I meant to buy a small laptop the other day, but I bought a big one. Like I just keep ordering and booking the wrong things. It's becoming actually frustrating and inconvenient to the max.
I mean, it still works out. You still got there and you ran your race and you had fun, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just very tired. Like today is Tuesday, exactly 24 hours from the chaos. My legs are toast. I feel tired. I'm so thirsty. I can't stop drinking water. Like I definitely need at least some time to actually recover from this. My body's kind of like, dude, what are we doing?
It's probably also the fact that you traveled right after, and because the blood flow and everything, so you didn't give your legs the rest that maybe they needed, and you did not sleep considering you was traveling the whole night.
Yeah,
So maybe some extra sleep is needed.
I've had better race day prep. I barely drink any water. I drink the one little tiny cup they give you on the airplane right before. And by mile 8, I was cramping so severely. Like mile 8 through 10, 10 and a half, I just kept getting my fingers and just literally like just pushing them so far into the right of my stomach to try to help me deal with the cramps. And I was just running with one arm like pumping and one arm just like crushed into my stomach. And I was just trying to take deep breaths. And I've never cramped like that during a race before, but I really think I was just not hydrated at all. But I still did really well. I got 135 official time, and that's really cool because last year I ran 146, and that race was really special to me because that was the first time I broke sub 2 in a half marathon. So last year I broke sub 2. That race just meant so much. So to come out on such a sporadic, just have fun, do my best, and just enjoy, but still cut off 11 minutes off of that course in 1 year is just a full circle moment, a lot of gratitude, and it was worth it, I guess.
This is what I wanted to ask. It wasn't a lifetime PB, it was a course PB, right? Because your lifetime PB is faster from what I remember.
Yeah, I think my half marathon PR right now is 131, somewhere in there. I don't know the exact, but I think it's 131. And then this one I got 135. So it was about 4 minutes slower. Um, but it was still a course PR, yes.
But also, I don't think you went out to get a P. I'm saying PB, you say PR, but it's basically the same thing. But I don't think you went out to actually like race it. So, and considering you were traveling the whole day, no proper nutrition, and the fact that you started in the afternoon as well, which is weird. I don't think I have ever run a race that starts in the afternoon, but you have run evening races before, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I just came off of pacing the 50 miler, and then I paced the Austin Marathon the next week. So this weekend I felt like was my weekend. I definitely wanted to run fast. I didn't want to take it easy. I didn't want to just skip through it. Like I wanted to run fast. So even though I wasn't like trying to hit a PR, I still was trying to run fast. So by no means was I like skippity doo dawing through that course. I definitely was trying. And, there were times where I was like, oh my God, just keep pushing. Cause especially once I started cramping, I was like, it would have been easy to slow down. It would have been easy to like, stop pushing my pace. But at that point I was like, nah, let's rock, let's have fun. So even though I was cramping, I still was trying to run pretty fast. But I wasn't like gonna kill myself to get a new PR. But yeah, I ran at night a couple times and it's fun. Nonetheless, it's cool. After the race, I was like actually freezing because it's cold. It was getting cold in Las Vegas. I had sweat all over me, but I don't know. Obviously, I prefer running at night rather than the morning. So I was
Yeah, you
alive. I
are.
was awake.
You got the award of Midnight Runner after all, so
Yeah, but that was my 24-hour chaos. Let's talk about your ultra. February's challenge was run 4 miles every hour on the hour for 12 hours. Let me hear your experience.
it was not this weekend, it was the weekend before. I woke up 20 minutes before 7. So, as you know, the you have to start on the hour every hour. So I had a choice, either I get outside in 20 minutes or I have to wait another hour. But I didn't, and I quickly made that decision that I want to get out at 7 because in my head, the quicker I start, the quicker I finish, right? So I had no food, no nothing. I just got my electrolytes, quickly got ready, and I was like, just get out. Um, it was fine. I would say up to halfway, which is 24 miles. Yes. And after the lap 7, I started struggling eating. I don't have a problem with kind of keeping the food in my stomach at all. I have a problem just consuming it. So then I knew I'm gonna have issues with the rest of the ultra because I still had 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go. I think I got to lap 10 and I was really, really struggling mentally to keep going because I think what I struggled with was I was thinking the faster I go, the more time I'm gonna have, to rest and recover, and then I gotta go out again in a new hour. But then the faster I go, the more time I need to recover because it takes a lot out of me. And I would just in rush the whole time. I would just get in, eat something quickly, change a few times because I got sweaty and it was cold outside. So, I was just getting cold and everything. And then about lap 10, I was really, really struggling mentally. And then I remember I was recording because I was trying to record videos every single lap to see how I'm feeling and everything. And I even recorded and I said, I'm struggling like mentally, not physically. Obviously, it was hard, but I was struggling mentally because my mind was like, why are you doing this? Right. And then I put my phone down. And as soon as I stopped recording, you called me, and I was like, "What is going on?" Well, I think I even picked up, and I was like, "Why are you calling me?" Because I literally just said out loud, "I'm struggling mentally," and then you called me, and then we had a little chat and everything, and I think that gave me the little push that I needed to finish up that lap and another two. But I would say when I think it was like mid-January when I said that I want to do the 4 miles on the hour every hour for 12 hours straight, I did not. At first, I was a little bit scared, but then I thought about it and I thought it would be fine. It's, you can rest in between and everything. But lap 11 and 12, that was hard. But on the lap 12, I started sprinting home because I was like, the quicker I go home, the quicker it's over. But honestly, it was fun. I want to do it again. I might do it again this weekend because I think it just helps me realize how I can keep going when I don't want to go. I can keep going when, my legs are hurting and everything. So it was fun. If I'm saying that I want to do it again, that just says everything you need to know about it. But I am looking, this is just making me realize how much I do want to do backyard ultra one day for sure.
I think this was a great experience to be able to simulate a backyard. When you finished, though, or when you were starting every hour, where was your brain? Were you tired? Were you like, okay, one more? Was it difficult to start every hour on the hour, or was it kind of easy to just be like, okay, here we go again, like almost starting to become routine?
Honestly, on that day, because I'm running every day now. One of the reasons is because I find the hardest part of running not every day, but in general, is sometimes getting out of the door. Because when I'm outside, I'm fine. I can run. But the part getting outside is what keeps me inside most of the time. So it was funny to see that every hour I had to do it, get outside, but I think I was just in so kind of rush. Have I eaten enough? Have I had my water or juice? Or have I gone to the toilet? Do I need to change? That I did not have the time to think about kind of like I was just so stressed that I'm gonna miss the hour. I was so worried. I was setting alarms because I was like, I can't miss the hour because if you miss the hour, the challenge is over. But it wasn't as hard as it is on a daily basis to get outside. I was just more worried, as I said, that I'm gonna miss the hour. And I did not think. I was just looking at my watch and was like counting the seconds and I need to go. So it wasn't hard. And when it came to fatigue, the hardest part I think was that I live on the second floor. So I
Mm.
had to go downstairs and upstairs, which is like if you're in a backyard ultra, you obviously don't have that. But having the stairs, it got hard about 7, 8 laps in, and I was like, oh, I at some point I was thinking to just have some food in my car and go sit in my car instead of coming upstairs. But
How fast were you
maybe
running
next.
your miles? So, how much time did you have to recover?
So the first, I think maybe like 9 laps, I was doing between 36 to 40 minutes. So like 20 minutes, but like I had to come upstairs and then go downstairs. So I think I had like 10, 15 minutes to rest in between, which is a lot of time, but I did not prepare any food, anything. Like I had food at home, but I didn't prepare any food. And I also had to change sometimes and everything. So I think I was doing between 9 to 10 minutes per mile the first laps. And at the end, I was just kind of going a bit longer because I think it was like lap 10, lap 11 when I was just thinking, I wish I could just run the distance instead of coming back and waiting for the new hour to start.
So is 48 miles the longest distance you've ever ran in a day?
Yes.
Oh
The
my gosh.
other I know. I actually didn't even think about it in a way. Like I never had in my head the distance. I had the laps. I never thought, oh, I still have 20 miles left or something. I never had that. I have another 6 laps left, 5 laps. And I think that helped me mentally because I don't know, the bigger the number, the harder it seems to be to achieve it. So I didn't think about distance. I was just thinking. And then later on, I was like, wait a minute, what is that in? That's a lot of miles.
You were just
That's
doing
a
runner's
lot.
math. I only have to run
Yeah,
12
I was.
loops.
Yeah, that's what I did. I didn't think about the distance. I didn't think that it's 48 miles. I was just 12 laps. That's it. That's all I need to do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I am attempting to do it here in the next couple days. However, my legs are absolutely toasted from the Las Vegas half, and I haven't been this fatigued post race in a long time. Um, so I wasn't expecting to have fatigue legs, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it Wednesday, which is tomorrow." And now I can't even really walk right now. I wobbled 2 miles yesterday to keep my daily running streak going, but I started at a 13-minute pace, then I went to 12, then I went to 11, and 11 was actually pretty challenging for me. So I walked this morning. Hopefully I can run tonight and regain my legs back so I can attempt this challenge here in the next couple days. But I also have the Alamo Marathon on Saturday, and I'm not running in, but I'm spectating. So I was planning on doing it Saturday, but now I'm like, wait, I'm gonna be spectating a marathon that day. So just send me good vibes that I can rest and recover quickly so that way I can be right there with you and talking about my experience rather sooner than later.
Yes, I mean, the good thing is that you can start at any time. In the morning, if you don't feel like running tomorrow morning, you can, start later on because you do like to run. You might just have to run through the night. Because I think one of the guys that did the challenge, he was running until like 3 a.m. Because
It
that also helps with the actual backyard ultra because you have to go through the night. But yeah, I wish you speedy recovery. Make sure you eat well, drink well, do your stretches and everything. Walking is good. Walking is good. If anything, just go for a walk and get the blood flowing
Yeah, it's
because
not necessarily what time I start, it's if I can even walk at this point. I am a little down bad, but I'll do my best to recover here shortly. But I do want to talk about March challenge because now it is the end of February. We're going into March, and we have a new Outrun Us challenge to be announced. So the March challenge is going to be Outrun Us most steps. And so we got a lot of feedback in January where people were saying, dang it, I didn't get the most amount of miles in January because I had to hike or I was out walking or it doesn't count. And in January, that was Outrun Us, I Dare You, which was the most amount of miles ran. But we did hear of the feedback. A lot of people were hiking, a lot of people were walking, and they were wondering, did it count? So this month in March, we're going to do Outrun Us most steps. So hiking, walking, and running will all count for distance, and we will see who does the most amount of steps in 1 month collectively over hiking, walking, or running. So it's going to be very similar to January, but I think also very, very different because there were people in the Outrun Us challenge in January who said they walked the same amount of miles as some of us who had ran. So I don't think we can sleep on the walkers and the hikers. I think this is going to be a whole different challenge. So I'm excited to see how this one goes.
same, because I'm a big walker. I love walking. And in January, I did not walk at all because I was like, if I'm going outside, I'm running because that was the challenge, right? So now having all the steps count towards the challenge is going to be great. I love that. I think it's going to be really interesting because running is one thing, but when you can add all the steps, if you want to go, as you said, hiking and walking and everything. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I just realized that I walk Lilo every morning, but I never record it on Strava. But now I'm gonna have to record my walks. I never record my walks. I don't know why. In my head, I just don't think about it. But now, game on. I'm gonna be running every day and probably walking every day. I'm gonna be eating my meals standing up, going around the kitchen.
This is what I said to you. I was like, well, my walking, because I have a walking pad. I work from home. So I have the standing desk and I have a walking pad. So you better, you watch out because I'm going to be on that thing all day, every day. You need to get one as well.
No, no, I don't want one.
You can get so much things done while you're walking,
Okay, maybe I'll
honestly.
get one then. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm excited. I still feel like I can't even think about March because I still need to attempt February's challenge. I don't know why I waited to the last second. It's just like the first week of February, I did the 50 miles. Then the second week of February, I did the Austin Marathon. Then the third week of February, I did Rock and Roll Half Marathon. And now all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I ran out of days.
You
There's
honestly, you have, wait, how many days you have?
four. Because there's only 28
Say.
days in February, so technically I should have this weekend, but I really don't. So, yeah, just we'll get these legs going.
Yeah,
I'll be
get them
fine.
rolling and everything.
I'm hoping by
I mean,
Friday I'll be okay.
you can just move really slowly and just never stop. Just keep going the whole time. Not have rest in between, I guess.
I don't know. I can't even, my legs are so fatigued right now that like I can't even sit down without using my arms to like help me like sit properly. Like, and even walking, put on my shoes today and I couldn't put on my shoes. I had to like lay on the floor. I'm not,
That is
I'm not really
crazy.
that agile right now. So I'm gonna need a speedy recovery. I'll get to it.
I get, I don't, it's so weird because you can run 50 miles, right? And then you're kind of like not fine, but I don't think it affects you as much as racing.
Well, it's just different type of fatigue. Like when I ran the 50 miles, my body hurt in a whole different way than what my body hurts right now. When I do longer distances, my body feels fatigued, but it feels restless. I just feel like I need sleep. Obviously I'm tight, obviously I'm sore, but it's kind of like I can stretch and I can sleep and I can do light zone 2 or even zone 1 and get to oiling. When I run faster short distances, I find that that lactic acid just completely makes me almost feel immobile. It's not even like a lack of sleep, it's just so much acid built up in my muscles that it's just painful in a different way. It's not like tired, it's just like so much lactic acid that needs to be released. So even though I'm stretching, even though I'm rolling, even though I'm doing light runs, it's just not enough. So it's just a different type of recovery. It just feels different. So not to say one is harder or better than the other. It just is a different type of tired fatigue soreness. It doesn't not even really can be compared.
I actually thinking about it now, I agree because when I did the long distances, I just had really tired body. Just really extremely tired. Versus I just did a park run, my first park run where I PB'd my 5K. I have this intense muscle pain really, really deep in my legs, which I never have after doing long distances. It's almost like there's the muscle is damaged real, really deep in leg. And because I haven't raced for a really long time, I almost forgot how it feels when you race. And I also haven't done speed work in a really long time. So now after the 5K, I'm like, why am I so tired? Why are my legs feeling this way? So I get
Also,
it, but
congrats
it's,
on your PB.
oh, thanks.
What time did you
Yay.
get?
Don't ask. Okay, I got 22 minutes.
Wait, why are you rolling your eyes? That's so fast still.
No, because Garmin said I should be able to run in 21 minute and 16 seconds or 19. And Strava said 21 minute 39. So in my head, when I went in it, I thought I'm gonna get 21 something, but I got 22 minutes. reps. But
Okay, so in your head, you had an expectation, and last week we talked about not having expectations going into events.
I know. No, it was fun because it was my first park run. In the UK, you can just get this app, and then I think it's in Australia as well, actually. You get this app, and then there's like different parks around you that you just select, and then you go Saturdays, 9 a.m. People show up. There was about 400 people, 401 person. I was the 32nd that day. So yeah, I think, and I was the second woman, so I think I did really, really well, but because I did have too many expectations, too high of expectations, I was upset later on, but I'm fine now. I know um it's fine. I'm still happy. I still PB'd. I have also never raced 5K ever. I have obviously run 5K, but I have never actually gone out and raced it. So I think it's going to be something I will want to do quite often because it's easy. I just book it on a app and go to any park around me and do it.
Yeah, I think it just comes with reps and experience because it takes experience to know how much energy to exert in an ultra, a marathon, a half, a 10K, a 5K. It's different types of energy you exert. And like perhaps because you've been running longer distances, you're just used to preserving and not letting off the brakes and like letting the gas just flow for that long. But also, I do just want to like hold you, I guess, accountable and like reiterate not you did hit a PB. So don't let your expectation take away from the excitement and the accomplishment of hitting the PB on your 5K. Because if you never had an AI giving you an expectation, perhaps this would be a better feeling for you. So remember not to have expectation. I know it's easier said than done, but also I never want you to not feel proud of yourself when you did just run the fastest 5K you've ever done. And that in itself is a huge accomplishment. And like there will be days where you break sub 20. There will be days when you go faster, but perhaps it was just your best that day and still be proud and like still honor the fact that you did that.
Aww. That was so no, honestly, I do. I am proud. I am very proud. But you know how it is that sometimes you have the thoughts in your head and then you want it better or anything like that. No, I am definitely proud of myself because that's fast. I know it's fast. And and also like just me going out and doing it, and yeah, I'm proud of myself for sure. I know there's things that I need to work on. As you said, I'm more inclined now doing longer distances because I have never raced 5K. I did do it a while ago on my own, but it's different when you do it with people around you and, when you do it on your own, to manage the energy. Because when I finished, I was like, oh, I'm fine. I walked around a little bit and everything, but I feel like with 5K, when you go to the point when you're like, oh, can somebody take me to the car? It's a different type of race. So it's all part of learning curve for me for sure. It's just, and also like having fun. I met some people afterwards and we had a chat and everything. It was great. It was fun time.
Yeah, I think it's something I'm gonna have to get used to too because, I'm a year and a half into my running journey, getting closer to that 2-year mark. So the first 2 years of my running were automatic PBs because it was my first time running that distance. And then the second time I ran it, it was not a guaranteed PB, but I've been training. So of course I'm going to be decreasing my time from the first time. So I've kind of have been used to like hitting PRs regularly, cutting time off religiously, but now there will be a time where the PBs or the PRs will become less and less significant, or perhaps they will become harder and harder to achieve because they're becoming closer and closer in exerting energy. So I just don't want to have me personally and even you to have the expectation that just because we're training is makes our PRs or PBs have to be less or have our success measured in a PR, because that's not the case. We're both running every day. We're both exerting a lot of energy to just put our best step forward. So let's make sure we stay present, we stay grounded, and just appreciate that we're able to do this. And then, really do celebrate the highs when they are in front of us, and not be so we should have done or we could have done better, because we still are doing amazing. And I'm proud of you, and I want you to be proud of yourself too, of course.
To that, I actually wanted to thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, but I love you too. Is that what it means?
Yeah, it's a little heart. You see it?
Oh, yeah, I love you too. But to that, I wanted to add that I was talking to somebody about this, and they were saying that they PB is not improving, which I should have taken. I should take my own advices sometimes. Honestly, I'm just giving these advice. But I was talking to this person, and they were saying, "Oh, I didn't really get a PB," and I was like, "But you need to look at how you feel afterwards as well." Because I remember the first time I ran half marathon, I was out for days. You could not get me out of bed or anything. I was suffering, like I was actually suffering. Now I can run the same pace, half marathon. It might not be a PB, but I'm going to spend the rest of the day feeling fine. And I'm going to go for a run the next day and the day after and everything. So sometimes not looking at the time, but looking how you feel afterwards is more valuable, because that's how you can measure your progress as well. It's not about the PB, because also I think the PB you can only count when you run on the same course, because all the courses are different, the weather conditions are different, the altitudes, like all those things are so different. So for example, if you run 3:30 marathon on a flat course and then you go to a hilly one, obviously your time is going to be different, right? So that is something that you need to look out for as well. But definitely the PB is not the only measurement that you should be looking at when you do the races, because honestly, when I ran my first half marathon, I was out for, I don't know. I don't think I ran for like 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah, I think I could take that advice for myself, because I'm actually surprised that I'm down this bad. I wasn't expecting that. But I don't think I've ever traveled that close to a race. And then immediately afterwards, I got absolutely no sleep in 24 hours. And I even got a alert on my Garmin this morning that said I had like an outlier on my trend alert. And then I click on it and it said it could be from lack of recovery, lack of sleep, or illness. And so I think just being traveling around, there was like everyone sniffling and coughing too. So I'm sure my immune system's working overtime right now. And then just not prepping properly before, not properly recovering immediately after. All those things come into effect, and, just being grateful that we can go out there and do it regardless of the conditions. So I'm proud of us. You did good no matter what. Let's just not be hard on ourselves. Let's just keep being girlies, little girly pops.
Yes,
Hmm.
we're just girls having fun, running.
Okay, I know we have some questions from our listener. Maddie Green put in a question from our Instagram. Do you want to read it?
Maddie asked us what are our favorite shoes. My current favorites are Asics Nova Blast 5. Those are my everyday shoe. But I also was told that you can run fast in them, but I just use them as my everyday shoe. Then I have Mizuno Neo Vista. I bought them early last year. I think there is a new version that came out that is a bit better. And then I also love Brooks Hyperion Max, which is an older model. I think there is a newer one that came out, and that is more of like a speed shoe. I have one pair of carbon shoes, but I don't know. I have my different thoughts of carbon shoes. So it's Asics, Mizuno, and Brooks.
Oh my God, we cannot be such on different totem poles right now.
I think this is what it is about shoes. Like I have seen your shoes and I'm like, what are these? I have never seen these ones before. Oh, what are they? And then I start looking at them and they're actually very popular. I was like, I have been living under a rock because I have never seen the shoes that you wear.
I don't know why. I know that the Nova Blast are like the it girl. Everybody loves those shoes. Both of them make my Achilles cry every single time I put those shoes on, whether it's like a easy mile out and back. My Achilles are screaming. I think they're just way too soft. And it sucks because everybody loves these shoes. I want to love these shoes. They're in my closet and I can't wear them. So I couldn't be further from your selection.
No,
Now
I
going
like some of your shoes. When I saw them at first, I was like, I have never seen these, but I do like some of your shoes for sure.
Okay, my favorite trainer right now is the Nike Vomero and the Nike Vomero Plus. Those are my rotated. I probably have 6 pairs of those and I rotate through them religiously. And that is kind of like never judge a book by its cover, I guess, because I knew that everyone was wearing them. They were really popular. And I was just like, oh, it's just like a fashion shoe. That's what I thought at first. But then I ran in the Nike After Dark LA half about like a year ago. And I was like, well, I can't go to a Nike half marathon in Ons. Like, I can't do the disrespect. So I'm going to buy some Nikes. So I bought the Nikes just thinking, like, oh, if anything, I'll just keep them in my car for backup shoes. But I ran in them and they actually slap. I was having, like, oh, wait a minute. I've been sleeping on these shoes. So I was so hyped to get those. And right now, they to me are the best trainer because they're very firm and supportive, but they're really soft and thick and cushioned in the foam. So my favorite daily trainer is the Nike Vomero Plus, Nike Vomeros. And I think a lot of people they suit a large variety. I haven't heard a lot of people say anything bad about them. So it seems like a safe bet to start with like a daily trainer. And then my favorite marathon shoe right now is the Saucony Endorphin 4s. I love those shoes. I can never say a bad thing about those shoes. But then my favorite half marathon shoe right now is the Saucony Endorphin 5s. And those, baby, are a whole new, like, I don't know what it is in those shoes, but they are so soft, so squishy. Like, even when you walk in them, it feels like you're going to fall because they're so squishy. They feel like a trainer when you're running in them. You feel all the support of a squishy, nice trainer, but they have the speed of a carbon. Like, I don't know why those are my favorite shoes, but I don't know if I would run a marathon in them. I think I would keep it at a half. Maybe I'll run a marathon. Never say never. But I do think the Saucony Endorphin Elite 4s are a little bit more firm and can get you a little bit further in distance for the 24 or 26 miles.
But it's crazy, you know how you said about the Nike ones? I never saw them until I went to America. I don't know, maybe it's just the market is different in the UK. That's why I said, like, I don't, your shoes, I was like, what are those? But this is what I'm thinking about the Adidas Evo. Is it Evo SL? The ones that everyone have now. But I have heard like really, really good feedback on them. But I'm so scared because I feel like it's just blown up by everyone. You know, everyone has them and all the colors and stuff like that because I do need new pair of shoes. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna get the Asics Nova Blast 5 again because I love them. And I just think like what's the point of me getting any other ones?
I think just try because for me, you can never have too many trainers. And worst comes to worst, give them to a friend. Like, I think just try them.
You're my only friend.
Okay, well, I'll try them for you. I'll let you know. Oh my
I will
god.
have them. As we are wrapping up the episode, I want to ask you one word to describe February.
Chaotic, but in the most beautiful way. Like, just chaos. I just feel like ultra, marathon, half marathon, ultra again. And then I also lost my job this month. So we could talk about that next episode because I feel like that's a long topic. But losing my job, all these races, I feel like I'm just in like a chaotic, like go, go, go. Okay, adjust, turn around, pivot. It feels very I don't even chaotic. How would you
It
describe
feels
February
for you or for me?
for you?
No, adding to yours, I know that like we always talk on the phone and you're like, call me. And I'm like, honestly, you just call me because I know you're just like somewhere doing something, either looking for a job or interview or traveling or running or everything, I'm like, you just call me, okay? Because your world is chaotic. I'm just chilling.
I
I'm
know, in the
just
best
chill.
way though. I'm not complaining. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah. I think it's the way your life is meant to be. I think it suits you, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I like having 30,000 tabs open at one time.
Yeah, not me.
Okay, how would you
Okay,
describe February then for yourself?
explorative, is that a word?
Mm-hmm.
No. Is it?
Explorative. Yeah. I don't know if it really is, but it makes sense. So I would say yeah.
I just came out with it. But yeah, I would say explorative because I don't think that's a word.
Let me look it up. I'll look it up. You
Yeah,
explain why.
because I think I was coming off the January challenge and trying to find the routine and then to go back into what I was kind of doing before and maybe how I want my life to look now and how running has changed for me. And also doing the ultra, the February challenge, OutRun Us Ultra, was finding ways on how things work better for me. And then doing the 5K PB, just doing the things that I have never done before. And maybe I wouldn't have, maybe I would have got to them at some point, but meeting you, I think, has changed my view on a lot of things. So if February was just go, go, go and run all the miles, that in if January was go, 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 do the miles, then February is more taking maybe page out of your book and trying to experience things, experiment, no, experience things. So experience, no, what was
Yeah,
the
I
word?
did look it up. Explorative describes an adjective, often interchangeable with exploratory, referring to the active process or investigation, discovering, and seeking new knowledge. So you were right.
Oh, okay.
No, beautiful way of saying that. And in addition to that, what is one thing you're grateful for?
Today I am grateful for the sun finally showing up. If you don't know, I'm in the UK and it's been raining all the time and the sun is starting to come out more and more and more. And it just generally it just makes me very happy. So I'm very, very grateful to have the weather getting better and just having the sun and feeling good.
No, I am most grateful for Abraham Singleton. He is a part of the Outrunners community and he lives in Las Vegas. And he is the one who made my Vegas chaos all happen because he's the one who picked me up from the airport. He was dealing with the traffic, getting me back to the strip. He walked me to the start line to make sure I made it there. He helped me find my bib. I got to the start line, I ran. He cheered at mile 8 and 10, all of his running community. So he was like cheering. Then afterwards, we found each other in the midst of the chaos. We went to dinner. We live, laugh, loved at dinner. We ate the best ramen ever, and then he took me back to the airport. So he was a huge catalyst in making everything happen, and I cannot say thank you enough. So thank you, Abe Singleton, and I love you. You rock. Thank you. So grateful for him, honestly.
Aww.
But nonetheless, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Outrun Us podcast. Kitija, do you have anything to add?
Yes, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.
If you like this episode, please give us a review, give a comment, ask us a question. We'll get back to you, share it to a friend. We appreciate you listening, and thank you for being here. Let's rock.
Bye.
Bye. She says bye. Oh my
Bye.
God, my legs are so sore. Let me go stop recording. I can't get there fast enough. All right, stop.